Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I got a treat for you. Our first ever interview in our new segment, BSing with Bull Riders, Dawson Sticky Gleaves of the Missouri Thunder. He's been putting together some big rides, and we look forward to him continuing his success. He had 85 and a quarter atop of God Bless America this past weekend to help upset the Carolina Cowboys at the Thunder Days in Springfield, Missouri. This kid is humble. He's infectious to be around. His energy is someone you want to be around, and you can see that when you ride bulls that he has a passion for this. Y'all check it out. See how he is looking to help the next generation of bull riders in the Amarillo area, and why you got to stay away from chicken on game days. Y'all check it out. Jumping on first guest as an interview on the Bull Spit podcast, man. So I appreciate you jumping on. We're new. It's not something you have to do by any means, so we definitely appreciate your time.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, Dawson Gleaves, 23, from Amarillo, Texas. How long you been doing this professionally now?
So I've been doing it professionally since I was 18, so
18.
going on 5 years now. Yeah.
Okay.
I bought my pro rodeo permit. What would that been? 2019.
Okay.
Like 2019 for the 2020 season. So
yeah,
it was a new thing. I amateur rodeoed a lot down here and did the UPRAs, won the UPRA in 2020. So I kind of hit the whole amateur rodeo, starting to transfer into pro rodeo that year. And then
okay. Yeah, man.
Rodeoed on my permit for a year pretty hard, and then bought my pro card.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and you've had success. I mean, with a little bit of everything. PRCA with Challenger Series. PBR season, and of course the Team Series. With the difference in bull riders until a couple of years ago, really, it was always individual sport. It's me, myself, and I going out there and competing against this bull. And yeah, there's a brotherhood, there, it seems like, in the bull riding industry, but now it's that much more. It's raised the level with the Team Series. You get to be around people such as your coach, Ross Coleman, Luke Snyder, GM, and of course a bunch of other veterans on your team, even though y'all's team is pretty young. But getting to bounce ideas off of them, I'm sure, or just, getting resources and support from them if they see something and what you're doing or what this bull is going to do. I guess really, what's the difference has been for you in preparing for individual and versus teams?
So it's pretty similar to the individual. Like, it's still us against the beast, It's still,
right.
It's still one guy against one animal. But now with the teams, the big difference I see is momentum.
Okay.
And how the momentum swings. Like,
okay.
It's always been like, you see a guy be 90 right before it's pretty hype. But
right.
now that it's a team aspect, when a guy's 90, it can swing the momentum one way or the other for each team. And just getting to go over game film and actually get to talk through bull rides and stuff with those veterans or with our coaches, that's also a big help. But no, it's still bull riding. It's just a different way to look at it, really.
right. And I love anytime you talk to I don't know, other athletes, I feel like they complicate it a lot. And when you talk to bull riders, no matter what it comes down to, it's, hey, I just got to ride that bull. That's my job. I'm going out there to ride that bull. Of course, with teams and things, I'm sure some people, they say they don't pay attention to the other team and what they're doing, but you're really just trying to focus on yourself. You're riding your bulls, you're getting your rides. That's the way you're going to get wins, and doesn't necessarily matter what the other team is doing. But to touch off of your momentum, Sunday's a good showing of that. Boudreaux had a huge ride. Yourself getting there, and then of course y'all closed it out with a win against Carolina. How did that feel closing out the homestand?
Oh, it felt great. The homestand was pretty rough there to start. We started off with 2 losses, but when you take down the number 1 team, it's always a big boost in confidence and morale. And it was a totally different feeling in the locker room after that game opposed to the 2 games before that. But it's really good, And Boudreaux started off great, 90 and a quarter, and then I was 85 and a quarter, and then Paulo finished it off. We had already won the game.
Right.
At that point,
you kind of have that closing. Really, you have that game clinching ride there. Getting that second ride for them.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw the emotion coming off you, dude. I wish I was there to celebrate with you. I just wanted to high five you or chest bump you or something. But
Oh
you,
yeah.
you always bring in the juice. It doesn't matter what's going on. You're bringing it. How do you keep that mentality? It's something obviously you enjoy, so it's probably easier for you.
And it's all passion, really. Like
Yeah,
getting to that's the most adrenaline and the best feeling you will ever have in your whole entire life is hearing the whistle and getting off and knowing you got to score. And
right.
uh, that's the best feeling I've ever had in my life. Just knowing that I completed the task at hand.
Exactly.
It's just one of them things, dude. Like you gotta have the right mentality, and it's all about energy. And Ross kind of harps on us a bunch about energy and body language, and
Yeah.
uh, once that team has that body language, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
And I think the Thunder, out of all teams, y'all might do it the best as far as just it seems like a really close knit team. Like you said, body language, supporting each other. Y'all look like guys that you want to be around, and ride
Oh
with,
yeah.
riding for each other. It's not necessarily okay, like, yeah, if he doesn't ride, big deal. You're invested in their rides also with them on this team.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're a really tight knit group. We have a really strong bond this year, and I feel like that holds a lot, And we haven't had the year that we wanted so far, but it's only up from here. Like
I think, yeah,
sometimes you got to go through the rain to get to sunshine. So.
exactly. Pretty fitting that y'all are the Thunder. So,
Oh yeah.
well, yeah, man. Sitting at I believe 7-10 right now in the season. The new wrinkle in things this year, the bottom four are going to compete to get those last two spots, and the weekend in Vegas. So
Yep.
a little bit, yeah, I guess it could push the timeline up a little bit. You got to make sure, but you still are getting that chance in Vegas.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
has that put any pressure on anybody? We're halfway through the season.
No, and we really don't look at that. We don't
Yeah,
look at it that way. We kind of go one game at a time. We got to handle the task at hand to get to what we want to do in the future. So
right.
it's pretty much game by game basis. We just pretty much keep it bull by bull, game by game, and just let the chips fall where they may. We're just gonna let it all hang out there and do it with the task with what we may. Just
Exactly. Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of leave it all out on the line.
Yeah, I'm sure you got to. If you start looking at bigger pictures too much, next thing you got a 10 buck off streak or something,
Oh
and
yeah.
you got to focus. So
Yeah, yeah, and it's all about focus and just and that's always been a bull rider thing too. Is just you can't look at it 3 or 4 bulls in the future. You gotta handle the one that you got right in front of you at all times.
right, yes, sir. Yeah, exactly. Well, as far as yourself, we've talked about team season a lot. The rest of this year, obviously, goal for y'all is to win a championship.
Oh yeah.
As far as individually, do you have any personal goals that you have set out for the rest of the team season, and then looking into the individual season?
Uh, for the team season, I just want to ride my bulls.
Yeah.
Just stay on, do my job, help my team win. Uh, that's pretty much the goal individually.
Hmm.
Everybody wants that MVP title, but
Right.
if you look at it as an MVP title as a whole, it takes bulls to do it, and
Hmm.
staying on the most you can is what wins the MVP. So
Right.
we always want to be up there in that MVP race, but you got to stay on the bulls that you get
Yep.
in order to be there. So and then in the individual season, the goal is always to go buckle.
Right.
And making my first PBR finals would be a really big deal too. Just kind of chip away at that old block, but
For sure.
no, it's just stay on bulls. Riding percentage, consistency is key, and consistency kills. So
Yeah.
that's what the main goal is. Just stay consistent and ride the bulls that I get through, or ride the bulls that I get given to me.
Yes, sir. And one thing, with everything's always changing, and a lot of in athletics now is big in analytics and things like that. You mentioned ride percentage, stuff like that. Is that something that you focus in on a lot? Is there somewhere you want to be around?
So I used to be on the Texas Rattlers with
Hmm.
Cody Lambert as the coach, and he always told me one thing. He's like, man, if you're riding 50% of them, if you look at that in any other area of life, that's only riding half. That's average.
Right.
So anything above average is in my book, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Most guys at this level and at the elite level, it's good to ride 30 or 40% of your bulls, but
exactly.
in the big scheme of things, if you only ride 30 or 40%, you'd fail. Like if you got a 30 or 40 in a class, you fail that class,
Yeah,
So no, I want to keep that riding percentage above average, and
yeah,
it's easier said than done, but that's the main
right.
goal.
For sure, man. Awesome. Well, yeah, we've gotten into the details of things. Now for some more fun questions, some rapid fire questions for you. All right.
All right.
Far as game day routine, you have any superstitions? You listen to certain music, any meals? Like what's going on for you?
Man, I don't really have many. I don't eat chicken on game day. No chicken on
Okay.
game day.
Okay.
That's kind of a bull rider superstition. Some guys do it, some guys don't. I just steer away from it just because I don't know. It's
Yeah.
one of the
And no
things
no
I
no
grew
need
up
to
doing.
take any chances.
Yeah, one of the things I grew up doing, so I just keep rolling with it. But other than that, I just
Yeah.
kind of go with the flow, whatever I feel like that day, or
Right.
I'm not too superstitious.
That's yeah. Sometimes people put too much pressure on themselves with their superstitions. Like, hey, I
Oh
gotta do this.
yeah,
I gotta get this. I gotta.
and it's so much easier to be in a negative mindset when you got 8 superstitions you got to go through. Like
Yeah. Exactly.
it puts that much more like, oh, I didn't get this done today, so I'm not gonna ride good, or
Right. Yeah.
but
That's not a mindset you want to go in right now. 1,500,
no,
2,000 pound beast.
no, not at all.
Well, as far as outside of bull riding, we talked briefly earlier. You're gonna kind of have you're flipping trailers now and things.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. What are you doing outside of bull riding?
I'm actually putting together a good set of practice schools right now.
Sweet.
Amarillo's kind of fallen off uh, in the bull riding world, and I kind of want to bring that back.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of kids here with talent, and they just don't have the correct opportunities to go be successful. Like everybody and their dog got some bucking dude that could go to the PBRs and race all these bucking bulls, but
Yes.
and everybody and their dog has 16 pointers around here, but I'm trying to fill the gap between the 16
Right.
pointers and 22 pointers,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's what a guy really needs to be successful, and I think everybody needs to test themselves, but confidence is a real key factor in the sport, and if you're
Yeah.
not confident in the job that you're doing, then that's where people start to fall off and you
Exactly.
don't see them anymore. So
Yeah.
if you ride 3 or 4 20 pointers throughout the week, you ought to feel pretty good going into the weekend, getting on a 21 or 22.
Yeah. That makes complete sense. People are trying to ride those big dogs all the time, and if you're getting bucked off every time, what's that going to do for you?
Yeah, you're not gonna have any confidence, and I think it's good to get on them bulls every now and again. Like say you get on 2 or 3 20 pointers a week. Well, it's always good to get on that 122. But
Yeah.
if you're getting your ass handed to you the whole time, it's not gonna be fun anymore.
Right. Exactly. Well, I've seen some echoings of that, what you just mentioned. Maybe not necessarily in the Amarillo area, but just in the industry, needing that gap. Definitely to help, like you said, and it's good that you're 23 and you've already noticed that, and can try to help with that. Someone in your position, of course, and with the knowledge. Yeah, because you're wanting to help that next generation and keep the cowboy lifestyle, keep the bull riding lifestyle going as long as we can. So,
Oh yeah.
kudos to you on that, man.
Well, thank you.
And a question that I always love is a bull that you haven't covered yet that you'd like to, or a dream bull that you would. I wish I could have rode that one.
Man, you always gotta when people ask that question, all the OGs come to mind. Like Dillinger
Right.
or Trick or Treat or all them big name bucking bulls. But
Uh huh.
I think Whoopah would have to be it. I know he's not going anymore, and they retired him. But
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
one I always wanted to get on, and Bruiser too. Like that's
Oh
one of my all time favorites. Like, and if you get tapped off on Bruiser, it's going to be high, and
yeah. Yeah.
that's a mountain that you got
Those
to
are
chip
two
away
pretty
at.
good ones.
Oh
You
yeah,
probably, like you said, you probably just missed on Whoopa.
oh
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, those are two good ones. I think those are definitely worthy. Well, and then of course you kind of mentioned kind of the younger riders already. If you have any advice for a younger rider, looking their way, in the grind right now, not quite making it, what do you say to those guys?
Go to a school.
Okay.
Go to a school, and it doesn't. I don't think it really matters what school you go to as long as you go learn from the right guys, the
Okay.
guys that have been there and won, and like I'm a Cody Custer guy. Like
Yes, sir.
Cody Custer through and through. That's who's taught me how to ride bulls. That's the fundamentals, the foundation that I'm built off of riding bulls. But and he's got schools all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Just go get in a school and learn the fundamentals of the sport, because all bull riding is the fundamentals. But when the bulls buck harder, you got to do the fundamentals better. So
Yeah.
if you got a good foundation under you and good fundamentals, I think that's key in building
Exactly.
a career full of success in this industry.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, man. Well, I'm definitely can appreciate that. Well, yeah, man. I appreciate you joining me again. First ever guest on the Bull Spit. I'm gonna start doing a weekly series. We've reached out to a couple. So yeah, I appreciate you big time. Good luck this weekend. I think AC and y'all got the Ridge Riders, and then y'all got Hometown Outlaws. I see. So two good
I didn't even
matchups,
know
man.
who we were playing this weekend.
It's gonna be two good ones. And the quality and the depth on these teams, it's crazy.
Oh, it's ridiculous, man. This is a great time to be a bull rider, and it's a great time to just be invested in this industry. So
Exactly, man. Well, we hope to continue to grow the fan base and get as much knowledge out to people. So yeah, we can continue this lifestyle. Y'all are rock stars. Big fan, and thanks for joining me, man.
oh yeah, go Thunder.
Yeah, oh yeah.